Canet lays it off to Provost, big lefty from Colorado. Rubin had 4 goals Friday. He was Penn's offensive bright spot.
He lets it fly from range. We'll see that here today.
Casey Mulligan. Back to Rubin, senior from Massachusetts. Mulligan doesn't have a goal yet this year, but a handful of assists. He had 2 Friday. 10 for Penn. Rubin's a lefty, back to the strong hand to sting the corner. The whirlybird from Cam Rubin. Penn 1-0.
Rubin loves to work outside. Right, he's gonna come back to his left hand. Rubin gets a lot of damage in up top from the outside. Rolls back to his strong hand, uses the earth, and gets one to go.
Isolation situation out on Jake Wilson as the shot John Danowski said we'd see him, and he's drawing some looks at close defense today. Kale Ryan slings it wide. That's a name we didn't hear much on Friday. Both these coaches going to depth early on. Keep some fresh legs for the 4th quarter.
And I think that's what you're going to see with a Friday-Sunday matchup. Seeing if you guys can get some depth in with each team.
Cole Krause extending out. Nate Lucchese, the true freshman, bounces it in. The juice on the Penn sideline evident as Lucchese gets his 3rd of the season.
Lucchese out of Radnor, his 3rd goal of the season. Bounce shots will go. You can see it here, starts from the back, works up top. They're getting in through the midfield, rolls back to his right hand. His defender falls, take it to go. And you wait till Friday night, Saturday.
Skane couldn't get that half turn. Aiden McGuire poked it away.
Skane's gassed.
Duke pushing it from end to end. Aiden Blake to Pappendick. Early jump shot from Eric Molliver might have been Duke's best look. This is McGuire, the shorty. He'll hustle off. Here's Ben Johnston. He was nuts on Friday. 5 goals, a career high, and Pappendick gets Duke on the board. First started attack for Jack Pappendick, and he cuts into the Penn advantage.
They switch personnel for Duke. Right, they run off, get their personnel in, get guys in out of the box, and Pappendick with a beautiful step-down shot.
5th of the year for Pappendick. 2-1 Penn early. Scorer last year to Molliver at X. Where's that matchup that Duke can take advantage of? McAdory's not on the field right now.
Yeah, I think that their midfielders for Duke do so well. Just like McAdory, there's just such hard dodgers that I think that if you can get a slide coming in, I think it's that attack that's really going to benefit from the midfielders that dodge so hard. And they just always have their heads up.
Oliver's a great feeder. In front, BTB! Luke Graham ties us at 2. His 11th of the year.
Patience. Patience is something that this Duke offense is doing here. Right, Molliver sitting at X. And you're getting Graham just cutting in, right? With his left hand, he does so much damage in the inside on this crease. Right behind his back, increases his angle as he's drifting away from the goal. It's just patience, right? Be patient on the crease, see what opens up. Molliver to Graham.
Scored some big-time goals for the Quakers, actually against Richmond back in the NCAA tournament. Took down Graham and the Spiders with a game tire, then a game winner in overtime. Patterson, former soccer star in high school before his freshman year at Hobart. Also high academics, easy for him to transfer into the Ivy with a 3-7. Mulligan stings the cage. That's what Penn's been looking for. Great ball movement, fill it in the backside for Casey Mulligan's 1st of the year.
Mulligan's 1st goal of the year. But let's start with this beautiful save. right in transition, one-on-one with the goalie. Huge save. And then on this goal, Patterson, right, the Hobart transfer. Mulligan gets it right, comes in here, just a step down right.
3 on 23, 2 specimens going at it. Early double from Bard. Provost has to get there and can't. Oh, some Blue Devil got a piece. You said Duke's been really looking for those deflections, trying to knock down a couple passes.
Yeah, it's those active sticks right in the inside. I think Penn's looking to start their offense. It almost seems like down low, and they're trying to get guys up top, but these active sticks have just been so well.
5 to shoot. Provost shut off. Skane skips it in. Not much of an angle, barely any goal to look at, but Griffin Skane with his 7th of the year.
Skane uses his defender as a shield on the goalie. Skane gets this ball and shoots it between his legs. I'm sorry, not even that he used him as a shield, he shot it between his legs. And gets it to go, big time shot.
Base to let one rip, Keel out covering. Pappendick, Molliver, little high.
And if you watch the film, that's what they love to do. Okay, it doesn't matter who it is, but Molliver always seems to be that last one that comes up field, up the hashes, and he shoots like a jump shot and tries to get it. He's that third person that catches that ball.
McAdory around the bend. He scored in that exact fashion against Michigan, the overtime game winner. Molliver with the lefty jumper. He can do it with both hands.
And that's the exact same thing that I was talking about, but he tried that on the right side. He gets it on the left side, a little bit different. He can score, right? He's such a threat, right-handed, left-hand. You have to respect both hands. He just comes up field. This is a low-angle shot. Lefty, and he gets one to go. Big-time play sport athlete in high school, right? Football, basketball, and lacrosse. And that's what this Duke team loves, right? Multi-sport athletes.
Another chance for Duke on the man advantage. Both teams 0 for 2 on the EMO. Johnson and Slow to the lefty snipers. McAdory can make magic from anywhere. He's still looking for his first point today. Skip pass, McAdory. Johnson thought about it, but McAdory lets it rip. '98th career goal for the St. Anthony's product. We're knotted up at 4.
McAdory on the man up, right? They're just skipping the ball. They're spinning the ball, and it's a 2-on-1. I mean, that's how you run a successful man up. You get guys to go, and it's just a draw and dump. McAdory
tends to talk it over. Ron Caputo leads that unit. No more Caputos at Duke. Bit of a surprise, both Owen and Jake now have moved on into the professional world.
Duke, one of the best academic schools. 2 of these teams, some of the best academics in the country.
That's always a portion of it for these high-achieving programs. John Danowski says he recruits a lot of type A guys who are used to being perfect, always having success. Leo Hoffman, held scoreless on Friday, is on the board. Penn is back in the lead. Right out of the timeout, a perfect set for the Quakers.
Hard dodge, initial dodge from the sideline. Right, you get that slide going upfield. Leo Hoffman just sits right in that pocket. You see it right here, right on that step down shot. Henry Bard for Duke, right? In the middle, 31 in white.
Harvard transfer, open to find an angle. He's got one, but just missed Carroll's right foot.
Skip passes, expands the defense, right? Then you're rotating a lot, and you want to try to find the guy right in the middle, especially if he's really dynamic, like Blake.
3 on the man up. Still have a little time for Penn's defense to get scheduled. Skane hustling back. Johnston skips it in. Off the earth into the cage. Ben Johnston with his first of the afternoon.
And when the man up expires, you have 3 to 5 seconds until you're all even. So some teams take advantage of that 3 seconds, and that's exactly what Duke does, right? Penn's trying to match up here coming in. Ben Johnson with a step-down shot, like you said, uses the earth and bounces it in the top left corner.
Got Oliver and Lavelle, they've been matched up all afternoon. Curtius, the true freshman. On the shot, never had an angle. Cusalito on Canet. 2 wiry vets, 20 to shoot for Duke. Johnston, right corner, right place, right time.
Ben Johnston. From Avon Old Farms, 12th goal of the season. You're gonna see here right on this replay, rated at X. And Lavelle's been playing really, really good defense. And then Johnston's kind of lost. And not necessarily was that Lavelle's guy, but he was the one that got out there. Johnston, time and space, let it fly.
McCarthy scored a goal 5 seconds into the first quarter, then did the worm.
Celebrations always on display at the All-American game. That's fun. That's what you look forward to every single summer. And I think it's cool, right, that the sport is just so close that you can work out with somebody during the summer, and then you go up against them in the spring.
The face-off tally, it's Penn 8, Duke 5. The Blue Devils ahead on the score sheet. Tack on another one. Max Sloat, lefty ripper.
Max Sloat. And that's what I've been waiting for, right, this whole game, to see if we can get midfielders for Duke to attack their people and just get head-down dodges going north to south. That's exactly what Sloat does, right? Catches that ball and approaches his defender. He didn't approach his defender too late, high and wide, runs on the left alley, split. Sometimes the attackmen aren't ready, and there's just not a backup, right? It goes to the goalie, but good backup of Oliver.
Well, Christmas already has 5 goals on the year. Sophomore LSM can really pump it in with the pole. Christmas with 2 earlier this season. Against St. Joe's, he was the first Duke long pole to score 2 since Chris Costabile back in the 2010 NCAA quarterfinal. CJ Costabile would go on to win the national championship for Duke with that goal in OT against Notre Dame. Curtius on the board with the bouncer. First goal in 3 games for the freshman out of Shoreham, Wading River.
Curtius, the freshman out of Long Island. These bounce shots are going, right? Getting the slide. If you don't go, shoot it. Right, these high bouncers. Using the carpet.
Among the nation's best now freshmen. Penn's got to hunker down here.
Yeah, you got to get a save here or a defensive stop. These Duke midfielders have been playing well right here in the second half, and they've been playing well all game, but I think that these bouncers have been getting past Carroll. Make a save here, right? Get right back into the game.
Sloat's got a second half score, and he feeds Molliver for another. Second for the Maryland transfer, Eric Molliver. And Duke ripping off a 5-0 run to start the second half. Blue Devil offense is red hot.
Out of Woodward Academy, Georgia. Such a good attackman for Duke. Fielders are still deep, and he throws that check and stays and lets the midfielders follow in. Sometimes I'd like to see attackmen just go over and just play defense on that one set.
Lucchese stuck in the box. Midfielder confined to the sin bin as Duke plays 6-on-5. Graham Blake in there up top. Knows plenty of these Penn players well. Former Harvard Crimson attacker. Moliver feeds the middle, and Graham tucks it home. Grad student connection makes it 10-5 Duke.
And I was just going to say, watch out for Graham in the middle. Does so much of his damage down there on the crease. When you have an active attackman that plays in the middle on a man up and can play right and left hand, I mean, and down there at attack, I mean, Duke's defenders have just been playing really, really well. So not only, yes, you could say the Penn offense is stale, but it's the Duke defense that's played better.
Lucchese hops it right into the stick of Jamison. This Penn offense also played the entire 4 quarters against Carolina. Not much rest. Christmas in transition, his 6th Pole goal of 2025.
You love to see when Poles run the floor. Matt Christmas is just so good at what he does. Switches to his left hand here too. Gets the ground ball, goes out into transition. Respect the shooter, and they do, but a beautiful job by Matt Christmas here.
The bullet train from Bethesda pings a corner. He played really well on the back end. Anthony McMullen absolutely crushes Max Sloat.
And that was there it goes, late flag. Offsides, gets pushed over.
Yeah, that's a Madden truck stick.
So every coach approaches this different, right? If you want to double the ball, just keep somebody in the middle for an early slide. Every coach does something different.
Duke playing it straight up, and Cam Rubin tacking one on for the Quakers. His strength is an outside shooter. That's his 2nd.
Cam Rubin lets it fly from deep. One of the best shooters on Penn.